Two for one.
Oh yeah, we talk a lot.
Yeah.
Me, Casey, and Yuki, we talk a lot. I talk to him.
Right.
Hold on.
So, how's this season so far?
All right. How's this season so far?
Yep.
I think we got off to a better start than we did at the beginning of last year's season. Because there's like some injuries and stuff. I think like our record has been better. But I think in order to like be the team that we want to be, we really have to be able to like win these 2 back-to-back games like in a row on the weekend. Like we never lost 2 games in the weekend, but we also have only won 2 games in a weekend like one time versus Koshigaya. And we've been supplementing that by winning like the Wednesday games and stuff, but we need to just be able to like get in a roll and a rhythm and win multiple games in a row if we're we want to kind of get to that playoff picture and push for the championship series. I think it's a really good mix of like veterans and younger players as well. We had some shoes to fill with Tsuya and some other guys leaving from last year's team, and then some younger members kind of stepped in who I guess hadn't had as much of an opportunity on other teams or haven't played for like as big of a name team as Sun Rockers. So it was a little bit of adjustment, trying to mesh them in with the remaining members from last year's team. But I think it's been good, and they've been learning a lot and growing. And I think we've been able to kind of put out some good pieces together. I think. It was a really extremely good experience. I think like the basketball wise and wanting to win and wanting to achieve our goals, like we fell short in that aspect, but we had so many great memories, and I feel like we were able to show to the world that we belonged to be there, and we're able to compete against some of the best teams in the world. I feel like we should have won that France game. If I'm being honest, I still think about that game a lot, and that one hurts, especially because they end up winning, getting the silver medal, and almost beating USA in the final. So I think that just goes to show that like we're so close to being on the cusp of being able to go to those tournaments and winning those type of games. It just takes one possession, one play in order to change the outcome. And so I think that's kind of the main message, main thing that I'm able to kind of take away from that. Yeah, that game was crazy with the Rui ejection, and then everyone continuing to fight hard and battle back, and then making threes, and then I think in the last couple minutes of the game, Yuki drove and I had that floater and in the lane over Wembayama, and someone took a picture. I think I posted one of them on my Instagram, but like if you just look at the picture, it looked like for sure he's gonna block, like he was gonna block the shot, like because his arm is like right here and the ball is like right here. I was like, there's no way that it's gonna get over, but that one went in, and then the end of the game was unfortunate. I don't know if it was a foul or not. Maybe it was a little bit of home cooking from some of the France the France fans, France refs, but it is what it is, and they end up winning in overtime, and it hurt, but shogunai.
Yeah, you are amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I had like a lot of conversations with my agent and a bunch of like NBA teams that were really interested in me, but a little bit of difficulty because I already had contract with this team for this year. So, obviously there's some behind the scenes things that go on that I'm not really allowed to talk about. But there was a lot of interest from NBA teams, and it was cool to hear some of the feedback from agents that teams had for me, and they really liked my game.
That's great.
So I heard a lot of really positive and cool things.
I read the article from the ESPN.
Yeah.
The guys focus on you.
Yeah.
Your performances.
The one about the guy's not in NBA who had good, good performances, right? Yeah, so that was cool to be recognized amongst a bunch of players, and even some of the stat categories that I was leading in, and EFF, 3-point percentage, things like that. That was cool to have your name with LeBron and Steph Curry and Giannis, and amongst those names, it's Josh Hawkinson. It's a really cool feeling. Since I haven't been in the NBA, I haven't had a chance to play against those type of guys that when I'm able to be in a tournament like that and play well, that I can match up and have good statistics, just like them. So I think that's really cool. Yeah, this was the first experience I think that a lot of my friends could be able to watch. The World Cup is a little hard to watch. You had to watch on some app, or it wasn't really broadcasted how the Olympics are. It's really easy, especially in America, NBC, and you just click on the event, the sport, and you can watch literally every single thing. So all my friends were able to watch that, and they watched most of the games live, even though the times were a little bit weird. And then one of my best friends, from Washington State University, we played together. He came to France and watched, as well as my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and her husband. And at that point, they announced, my sister and her husband announced that they're pregnant. So that was also another really cool experience in Paris to be together with them, share those memories together. I think it's amazing, he's able to, challenge overseas. Getting that two-way contract's a really big deal. He's been, I think it's two different roles, right? You can go to the G League and you can kind of run the show, play how he was playing in Yokohama or even with the national team, and kind of be that starting point guard, and have a chance to kind of shine and play a lot of minutes. And then, going to the NBA, it's, he gets the kind of garbage time at the end of the minutes, the last 3-4 minutes of the game. So I think it's a good experience for him to kind of get the best of both worlds. Getting experience, up in the NBA level, playing against those guys, and then also being able to go back to the G League and get minutes, get experience, playing against younger guys who are. Obviously, everyone in the G League is extremely athletic and explosive, so it's a little bit different, I think, than playing in the B League. So he's getting, I think, the best of both worlds. I think getting able to do both of those things together. I think they're extremely intriguing prospects. Moving forward. Akira stepped up a lot in Hawaii. Seems like he's getting a lot more minutes. I've been following some of their games. He's been scoring a lot more last year, and then I think helping Kawashima get his opportunity at Seattle University. I'm glad that I was able to kind of help facilitate. Facilitate that. I think he didn't have that many good offers. I know he wanted to play in American college, so I was able to help him get a scholarship to Seattle University. And it seems like my parents are kind of being his host family almost, helping him out and taking him out to dinner, showing him around and stuff. So I know that's important. When you go to a new place, it's a little scary and you don't have any friends. And when I first came here, it was the same thing for me. So I'm hoping that he can have a good, smooth experience in Seattle as well. So I'm really looking forward to see what the future holds for those two guys, especially. I think I mean, selfishly, yeah, like I would want to play, but I think my thing has always been that I want to help, Japan have the best team possible, and if that means that I'm not on the team, then I think I'm fine with that, because that would just mean that someone else is good enough and helping Japan more than I would be able to help Japan. So I want to be able to help them get there first. Obviously we haven't qualified. There's a lot of things that go into even qualifying, and I know how hard that is, having helped achieve that at the World Cup, punching the ticket to be able to go play in the Olympics. So obviously in the build up to that, I want to be a part of it. I think I'll be, like 33 or something like that by the time the next Olympics is. So, I mean, I'm not young, I'm not old. There might be a new Kika Senchu by then, but, I'll try my best in order to, make the roster. And more, above anything else, I want to just be able to help Japan have the best team as possible. So, if I don't make it, then, it is what it is, Yeah, I think individually for me, my goal is always just to continue to get better every day. I think the team goals is to improve off last year. Missing the playoffs by one game, starting with making the playoffs, making a strong push towards these last 36 games. And I think if we're able to do that and be able to make the playoffs, then it just becomes who your matchup is, and then focusing on one team at a time and advancing. I think everyone says like they want a championship, and obviously I want a championship too, but a lot of things go into that to be able to get to that point. And so I want to take it kind of one step at a time, and I think for us, that one step is first being able to make the playoffs, and then from there, I think we can regroup, be able to focus on who that opponent is, and then take it, keep one stage at a time until we are able to, advance to the championship.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。
チャンネル登録、高評価よろしくお願いします。それでは、241でした。